Isaac. So
Hi.
Isaac here is joining us from C4, the Center for Combating Corruption and Cronyism. And he has brought with us today a brand new, in fact this is the prototype of their new board game called Kleptopoly. Is that right?
Yes.
So how does this game work? There's some characters, there's some money, there's some property cards.
Yeah.
So do you mind just telling us a bit about
Yeah,
it?
sure. So if you're very familiar with, like any other board game like Monopoly or Gitaria, so it's just, pretty much the same.
Mm-hmm.
So basically we have 4 characters here. The main character is Mr. Klepto, and then and his friends like this shopper. We have, something like that, and then we have from Arab. Something like that, and then we have this. It looks like someone is, businessman, corporate man, carrying, business bag.
A business
briefcase. Yeah, briefcase. So basically, they're gonna start here, and then every player gets 20 million salary.
Wow.
So that's a lot because the properties provided here are very high because you can see the most expensive one is 40 million. So I'm not sure whether you can afford this, throughout the game.
You mind telling us some of the properties that are on the game? Like
Yeah,
what can
sure.
people buy?
So a lot of properties here are based overseas. So it's very expensive and very luxurious. So we can see this one, Park Lane Hotel, is one of the expensive
In New York.
In New York. So basically, in real life, it's like 1,000. To stay there, it's like $1,000 per night. So more than that. And then we have, let me see, Time Warner Penthouse, and we have, other mansions in Beverly Hills, in LA. So it's very luxurious. You can really enjoy, as much as possible, being a rich person. Yeah, basically. Sorry.
So why were these properties chosen? So it doesn't. So you have the Equanimity super yacht, which I think was one of the assets that the DOJ wanted to kind of claim, can.
Yeah.
So why were these properties chosen? What was it based on? Something?
Yes. Basically, these properties are based on DOJ Silver Suit. So when a lot of these properties are related to 1MDB corruption scandal. So we want to educate. We want to tell the people that these assets are being purchased with public funds, basically. So we want to let people experience really through the board game, how these properties are purchased and what's the price of the properties, and it's really high, and then it doesn't make sense.
So Kleptopoly was based on 1MDB, right?
Yes.
Based on the things that happened within 1MDB.
Yeah.
Okay. So I realized you have a Raja Bomo card, right? So what does this Raja Bomo card get you if you get it?
So Raja Bomo card, we inserted something like very local instead of we have properties overseas, so we now inserted something local. So Raja Bomo is very famous in Malaysia, so we want to put it as a person who can determine your luck or your fate, basically. So one of the most a lot of interesting stuff here. When you play throughout the game, you can see some of the elements that profits from your box office movie. You get, it's a Wolf of Wall Street, so you get 10 million.
It's like a bonus, is it?
Yeah, bonus,
Okay.
or sometimes you get, like a whistleblower's card, whereby this is one of the elements that we want to insert as well, where the player can whistleblow a player who is corrupt. So, basically you guess which player has corrupt assets. So basically, when that person is, found to be corrupt, so basically he or she has to forfeit his corrupt assets.
I see.
Basically it's a legal thing to do.
And then this on card, right? So what does this on card do?
This on card, there are only 2 of it, cleaned or corrupt. So when you land on any property and you decide to buy any of the property, you have to pick one of these cards. So basically, if you get clean assets, you can keep the assets. If you get corrupt assets, you have to be aware because throughout this board game you have declare your assets space where you have to declare your assets. So if you have corrupt assets, you have to forfeit, and then you have to next you have to go to the jail because you own corrupt assets.
And I realize the agency here is the Anti-Corruption Agency, the ACA.
Yes.
So the ACA will come after you if you declare corrupt.
Yes, basically it's an enforcement agency that looks after the players' assets and all that.
Integrity.
But the most important thing, this is the power of Raja Bomo, which he can give you an immunity card. If you're lucky enough, you get the immunity card, so you can tell that, okay, I have immunity card, so I don't want to declare my assets. So basically, you are safe, for that round.
So even if you're declared corrupt with the immunity card, you are immune, right?
Yes, yeah. So another thing is that, that's the reality of the world, right? You have that immunity somehow. So another part is whereby we have Cayman Island.
Cayman Island.
Yeah, here. Yeah. It's a Cayman Island where you can, it's one of the best properties that you have to purchase when you land on that property.
Why?
Because you can offer to other players, or you can offer to other players to hide their corrupt properties in Cayman Island. So, but it's limited to only 5 properties. So we have here is 24 properties. So only 5 properties can be hidden in Cayman Island. So which means you are immune from declaring your assets because it's basically out of jurisdiction.
Offshore.
Yeah, offshore.
This declaring your assets, what do you call that? Box. It's really interesting. So why did you guys decide to include declare your assets into this Kleptopoly game, which was based on 1MDB?
Yeah, so C4's Center has been trying to educate the society about anti-corruption initiative, a campaign about asset declaration to politicians and as well as the public to know what the importance of asset declaration. So our message is that it's nothing wrong for you to be wealthy or super rich as long as your gain from that wealth or from that assets or some investment, for example, is clean and it's not from misappropriated assets or something that is from money laundering, for example. So to send a message to the people that you have to be clean and that you have to speak out against corruption.
So that means you can buy as many properties as you want, but as long as you declare your assets, you're okay.
Yes.
Is that how the game works?
So at the end of the game, the winner is the people who is rich, the most wealthy, and at the same time clean.
Wow.
The cleanest.
Okay, that's something new. Right?
Yeah. That's something new that not other game developers might do because this is more on for educational purposes.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, so where can
else?
people get this game?
Oh, yes. So first we're gonna be at Hapuskan Kleptokrasi
The
rally tomorrow from 5 p.m. to 11 p.m. We open for pre-order already on our social media. You can get the link there. So there's you might want to make a pre-order as soon as possible because this is hand sculpted miniatures, so it's limited to 100 sets only, and the rest of the sets available is cardboard miniatures instead of hand sculpted.
This is a resin hand sculpted.
Yes, yeah, we have great designers doing this work. So and then we have throughout November we have few tournaments, and then we have Kleptopoly tournaments, and then we have engaged with several individuals and groups who are willing to host the game and then make people aware of in this campaign.
Nice.
Yeah.
And I'm also aware that Kleptopoly is actually a country. Am I right?
Yes,
and
it's
every
a
country has its constitution.
Yes.
So what is the Kleptopoly constitution?
So when you buy this set, it comes with a rule book, or we call it the Constitution of Kleptopoly. So in every country they have constitution, so you have to be bound by this constitution, right? The legal provisions, but you know, when you play or in the real life, not everyone will obey the law or comply the law. So basically, there is an escape provision, or there's an always a gray area.
A loophole.
Yeah, a loophole
Yeah.
where people can find ways, like you can still hide your asset in Cayman Island. You have Raja Bomo, who can give you immunity, more powerful than Constitution. So
Wow.
yeah.
Okay, great. I think we're good.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming, Isaac.
Thank you so much for having me.